We're at the Duluth Art Institute with Tim White, art instigator and the brainchild behind In and Out of Context. Thank you, Tim, for the tour.
Not at all.
How did this whole project start? As a photography exercise, or because it involves writers as well as photography?
I wanted to put a punctuation mark on my older work and start new up here. I'm fairly recently arrived, and I began thinking book, but I didn't want to do a vanity project, just something we all looked at and contemplated. I wanted it to involve the people I'd met here. I didn't want the poetry to foreclose the meaning of the image, and I didn't want the image to describe the poetry. I wanted a dialogue so that the viewer could make their own interpretation. And that's a lot of what my work is about, is reception more than pronouncement.
So you happened to pick Jim Johnson to go with this image. Do you want to read the poem for us?
I could. It's from A Field Guide to Blueberries. But you did not want to be the wife of an old man. You wept. All around you was a swamp. And it's from a verse called And the Pines Grow Old as the Sky.
And tell me more about the image. You know, how did you know that this was one that you wanted to pick for this exhibit?
This was the partner I lost. And I liked its abstract quality. It's hard for people to figure out what it is. This is a teddy bear. The image was shot vertically as I just rolled over. But when you turn an image, it disorients a bit. And I enjoyed that confusion.
When did you kind of have that epiphany that there are artists and writers here that are kind of messing with the same ideas?
Just being immersed in the culture, being at concerts, being at readings, hearing that oscillation, standing before that giant piece of water and watching it do what it does. It wasn't epiphanic. It was more just a slow growing realization.
Did you get to go through just work that inspired you, or how did that relationship develop?
I thought starting by asking poets to do something ekphrastic that related to the work. The rest, I maybe imposed a little more structure. As you winnow down to how many choices are left, you see that you have to shape it a little more.
So read Linda's piece.
Where spirits tread so lightly that their feet, transparent as the air, make no more mark on the ground than the air itself. Blah.
So similar in some ways image, but has a different power.
It's actually from the same day when the light just shifted enough and the rocks became water and the water became rock. And I was just drawn to that. It says, you're just under the surface of my restless sleep. I hear your ardent whispers in these howling winds that blow in my ears, tell me stories I cannot repeat.
This is actually a book, not just a exhibit.
It is a book.
Tell me about what that feels like to have a book launched out in the world and where people can find it.
The initial grant was written to gift the book to libraries, museums, galleries, institutions. So we did a limited edition of 25 hard copy, hand bound by John Hinkle. Here it is, kind of a wreck. It's a gallery copy, but that's what we did.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I look forward to the next one.
Well, thanks.
Cool.